Everything happens for a reason. In a quiet village tucked between misty mountains and flowing rivers, a young woman named Elara walked along the stone path at dawn. She had always wondered why life seemed so unpredictable, why happiness and sorrow arrived unannounced. One morning, as the soft sunlight brushed the treetops, she met an old monk sitting beside a still pond. His eyes held the calm of centuries. "Why do things happen the way they do?" Elara asked. The monk smiled gently. "Everything has a reason, even when the reason is hidden. Life unfolds like the petals of a flower. You may not see it yet, but each moment has its place." Elara felt a quiet curiosity. Perhaps understanding was not about controlling life, but learning to flow with it. Elara sat beside the monk, watching the ripples dance across the pond. She remembered the times she had been hurt, the sudden changes that left her heart heavy. "Sometimes," the monk said, breaking the silence, "we see only the shadows of events. We feel loss, disappointment, or fear, and we think life is unfair. But each experience is a teacher, shaping us, guiding us toward understanding." Elara looked at the pond's reflection, realizing how her own face seemed both familiar and strange. She had never considered that even pain could be a form of guidance, a gentle push toward growth. The monk continued, "Trust the flow. Even what seems meaningless has a purpose. The river does not question where it travels. It simply moves, and in its movement, it shapes the land." For the first time, Elara felt a seed of peace. Perhaps life's mysteries were not obstacles but invitations. To trust, to learn, and to embrace the unseen reasons behind every moment. Days passed, and Elara returned to the pond each morning. She began to notice subtle details she had never seen before. The way sunlight filtered through the trees, the gentle rustle of leaves, the soft hum of life surrounding her. One morning, the monk handed her a smooth, river-worn stone. "Hold this," he said. "Feel its weight, its shape. Each imperfection tells a story of struggle and patience. Life is much like this stone, shaped by countless unseen forces." Elara closed her eyes, feeling the stone in her palm. She realized that her own challenges were like the stones of the river. Each difficulty had shaped her, even if she hadn't understood it at the time. "Remember," the monk added softly, "the universe moves with purpose. You may not see the reason now, but one day, everything will make sense. Just like the river carves its path through the mountains, every experience carves your spirit." Elara opened her eyes, a quiet clarity settling within her. Perhaps the secret to peace was not in understanding everything, but in trusting that everything had a reason. As the days turned into weeks, Elara began to notice a subtle transformation within herself. Moments that once caused her frustration now seemed like gentle lessons. Mistakes became opportunities, and losses became openings for new experiences. One afternoon, while walking through the village, she saw a child struggling to climb a tree. Instead of rushing to help, she paused, remembering the monk's words. She watched patiently, allowing the child to find the right branch, the right foothold. Life, she realized, often works in this way. The universe does not force understanding. It allows growth at its own pace. Each challenge, each delay, each disappointment had a hidden purpose, quietly shaping who we are meant to become. That evening, as she returned to the pond, the monk spoke again. "Elara, the reason for everything may not be obvious. Sometimes it is a whisper, sometimes a storm. But if you watch, if you listen, you will find that each moment is part of a larger pattern. A pattern that leads you to peace." Elara closed her eyes and inhaled the crisp evening air. She felt a calm certainty. Everything truly had a reason, and in that truth she could finally rest. As the seasons changed, Elara began to notice the delicate rhythm of life all around her. The falling leaves, the returning birds, the gentle flow of the river. They all carried a quiet lesson about impermanence and timing. One morning, a storm swept through the village, toppling trees and scattering belongings. At first, Elara felt frustration, but then she remembered the monk's words. Every event has a reason, even if hidden. She stepped outside, letting the rain wash over her, and saw how the storm cleared old branches and nourished the soil. Nature, in its wisdom, transformed destruction into opportunity. The monk appeared beside her, as if from the mist. "Life mirrors the storm," he said. "Sometimes chaos is necessary to make room for growth, to reveal a path that was hidden before. Do not fear the unexpected. It is shaping you." Elara nodded, feeling a quiet courage bloom within her. She understood that even in life's upheavals, there was a guiding hand, a reason behind every twist and turn, visible only when patience and awareness allowed it to be seen. In the quiet evenings, Elara reflected on the journey she had traveled. She remembered the moments of pain, disappointment, and doubt, and how each had quietly guided her toward understanding and inner calm. One night, she spoke to the monk, her voice soft with wonder. "I begin to see, but sometimes the reasons are still hidden. How do I trust what I cannot see?" The monk smiled, his eyes reflecting the moonlight on the pond. "Trust is the bridge between uncertainty and wisdom. Life will not reveal all its reasons at once. Patience and openness allow the truth to unfold naturally, like the moon rising over the mountains." Elara felt a profound peace settle in her heart. She realized that understanding was not always immediate, and that the journey itself, the waiting, the observing, the learning, was part of the reason everything happened. In the silence of that night, she learned to let go of the need to control, to accept that every step, whether easy or hard, carried meaning and shaped the soul in ways unseen. Days turned into months, and Elara's understanding deepened. She moved through life with a new awareness, noticing the subtle connections between events, people, and experiences. One morning, she met a traveler lost on the mountain path. Instead of giving direct directions, she guided him gently, letting him discover the way himself. The traveler thanked her with a smile, and she realized that sometimes the reason for her own experiences was revealed through helping others. The monk watched quietly from a distance. "Life's reasons are often revealed through action, compassion, and awareness," he said softly. "You do not need to see the full picture. Acting with presence and openness is enough." Elara stood by the river, feeling the cool breeze on her face. She understood that every joy, every sorrow, every moment of doubt had led her here, to a place of calm clarity, where the unfolding of life felt purposeful and meaningful. As the sun set behind the mountains, painting the sky with shades of gold and crimson, Elara sat by the pond one last time. She reflected on her journey, the lessons learned, the challenges embraced, and the moments of clarity discovered along the way. She thought of the monk, the river, the stones, the storms, and the lost traveler. Each encounter, each event, each twist of fate had brought her closer to understanding the quiet truth. Everything happens for a reason. A sense of profound peace filled her heart. She no longer needed to control life or question its mysteries. She simply allowed herself to flow with its rhythm, trusting the unseen hands that shaped every moment. And in that stillness, Elara smiled. The river continued to flow, the wind continued to whisper, and the world moved gently, perfectly, as it was always meant to. She finally understood. Life's purpose was not always in the destination, but in the unfolding of every step along the path.